Time is the most valuable and finite resource we have. Unlike money or possessions, once time is spent, it cannot be reclaimed, saved, or replenished. This irreplaceable nature of time makes it essential for us to treat it with the respect it deserves. Every second we have is a gift, and how we choose to use it ultimately determines the quality of our lives. Too often, we underestimate the cumulative impact of small wasted moments, failing to realize that they add up over days, months, and years. It's not the grand occasions or once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that shape our lives the most. It's how we handle the small, seemingly insignificant chunks of time that collectively build the foundation of our existence. Many people fall into the trap of taking time for granted, assuming they will always have more of it tomorrow or in the future. This assumption leads to procrastination, inaction, or indulgence in activities that provide little long-term value. For instance, spending hours scrolling through social media, engaging in negative thought patterns, or simply doing things out of habit rather than intention may seem harmless in the moment, but result in lost opportunities for growth, connection, or achievement. The irony is that we often waste the most time on things we claim aren't important to us simply because we haven't consciously aligned our priorities with our actions. Recognizing this tendency is the first step toward reclaiming control over how we spend our days. To truly understand the value of time, consider how it feels when you have an urgent deadline or are faced with a limited window to accomplish something. In those moments, every second feels precious and you operate with a heightened sense of focus and urgency. Yet, outside of such circumstances, it's easy to slip into a more relaxed approach, assuming there's always more time to get things done. This dichotomy highlights the importance of creating an internal sense of urgency, not out of fear, but from a place of respect for the fleeting nature of time. Treat each day as an opportunity to invest in yourself, your goals, and your relationships, knowing that every minute spent intentionally builds toward a better future. Another important consideration is how we often allow external influences to dictate how we spend our time. Whether it's societal expectations, the demands of others, or even cultural norms, we frequently fall into routines that don't serve us. Learning to take ownership of your time means actively evaluating how you spend it and being willing to say no to things that don't align with your values or goals. This isn't selfish, it's strategic. Your time is limited, and by choosing to focus on what matters most, you ensure that you're directing your energy and attention toward what truly fulfills you. One powerful exercise to appreciate the value of time is to imagine your life as a finite bank account where each day withdraws a set number of hours. How would you spend those hours if you knew they could never be replenished? This visualization helps frame your daily decisions in the context of long-term impact. It also highlights the importance of balancing immediate gratification with delayed rewards. While it's essential to enjoy life and savor moments of joy, it's equally important to invest time in activities that build a meaningful future. Striking this balance ensures that you're living both in the present and for the future rather than sacrificing one for the other. It's also worth noting that the value of time isn't just about productivity, it's about presence. Spending time with loved ones, engaging in meaningful conversations, and pursuing passions are all ways of honoring time's value. These moments may not always feel productive in the traditional sense, but they contribute immensely to a fulfilling and enriched life. The goal is not to cram every minute with activity, but to use your time in ways that align with your personal definition of success and happiness. Ultimately, recognizing the value of time requires a mindset shift. Instead of seeing time as something to fill or pass, begin to see it as an opportunity to create, contribute, and grow. This perspective encourages you to be deliberate about your choices and to approach each day with intention. It also helps you identify areas where you might be wasting time on things that don't serve your greater purpose, empowering you to make adjustments that bring your life into alignment with your goals. In conclusion, time is not just a resource, it's the foundation of everything we do. Appreciating its value means understanding that each moment is an opportunity to shape our lives and make an impact. By treating time as precious and irreplaceable, we can ensure that we're making the most of every day, building a life that reflects our highest aspirations and deepest values. Taking action immediately rather than waiting for the perfect moment is a habit that separates those who achieve from those who remain stagnant. The idea of waiting for the right time is often a mental trap rooted in fear or the misconception that external conditions will eventually align to make things easier. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time. Life is inherently uncertain. Circumstances are rarely ideal. When you wait for everything to line up perfectly, you're essentially procrastinating, giving power to indecision, and losing valuable time that could be used for growth and progress. Every significant accomplishment begins with the courage to take the first step, even when you feel unprepared. Many people hesitate because they fear failure, rejection, or making mistakes. However, these fears often overestimate the risk while underestimating the rewards of action. Taking action, even when it's imperfect, builds momentum. Momentum is a powerful force that helps you overcome inertia and make subsequent steps easier. Think about pushing a car. Getting it to move from a standstill takes a significant effort, but once it's rolling, maintaining its movement requires far less energy. This is how action works in life. The hardest part is starting. Once you begin, you create energy, confidence, and clarity that propel you forward. Another reason to act immediately is that waiting breeds doubt. When you delay, you give yourself more time to overthink and second-guess your decisions. Overthinking leads to paralysis, where the fear of making the wrong choice becomes so overwhelming that you make no choice at all. This indecision is often more detrimental than making a mistake, as mistakes can be corrected, but lost time can never be regained. Taking action, even if it's small, is a way of breaking through the cycle of hesitation and self-doubt. Each action reinforces the belief that you are capable of moving forward, which builds confidence and reduces the power of fear. Immediate action also fosters a mindset of learning and adaptation. When you take the first step, you gain firsthand experience, which is far more valuable than theoretical knowledge or endless planning. Experience teaches you what works and what doesn't, allowing you to adjust your approach in real time. For example, an entrepreneur who launches a product gains insights from customer feedback that they could never have anticipated during the planning phase. Similarly, a person pursuing a fitness goal learns what exercises work best for their body only by starting their workout routine. The willingness to act without having all the answers fosters a mindset of growth, where mistakes are seen as opportunities for learning rather than as failures. Taking action also demonstrates commitment to yourself and your goals. When you act, you signal to yourself and others that you are serious about making progress. This self-commitment is essential because it builds trust in your ability to follow through. Each time you take action, you strengthen your self-discipline and reinforce the belief that you can rely on yourself to do what needs to be done. This self-trust is foundational for long-term success, as it creates a positive cycle where each action builds more confidence, which in turn makes future actions easier. Moreover, acting immediately allows you to seize opportunities that might not be available later. Life moves quickly and opportunities often have a limited window of availability. By hesitating, you risk missing out on experiences, connections, or resources that could have been pivotal in achieving your goals. For instance, someone hesitant to apply for a job might find that the position is filled by the time they muster the courage to submit their application. Similarly, delaying a conversation with a mentor or potential partner could mean missing the chance to build a valuable relationship. Acting immediately ensures that you are ready to take advantage of opportunities as they arise rather than letting them slip away. It's also important to understand that action generates clarity. Many people wait for clarity before acting, but often clarity comes through action. When you start moving toward a goal, you gain a better understanding of the path ahead, which helps you refine your approach. For example, a writer may not know exactly how their story will unfold, but by beginning to write, ideas and direction naturally emerge. The same principle applies to almost any endeavor. You don't need to have everything figured out before you start. Trust that clarity will come as you engage with the process. Finally, acting immediately reinforces the idea that you are in control of your life. Waiting often implies a sense of powerlessness, as though you are dependent on external circumstances to move forward. Taking action, on the other hand, is an assertion of agency. It's a way of saying, I have the power to shape my future. This mindset is transformative, as it shifts your focus from external limitations to internal possibilities. You begin to see yourself as the driver of your life, capable of creating opportunities and overcoming obstacles through your own efforts. In summary, the habit of taking action immediately is a cornerstone of success and personal growth. It helps you overcome fear and hesitation, build momentum, and create clarity. It fosters a mindset of learning and adaptability while strengthening self-trust and discipline. By acting without delay, you seize opportunities, gain valuable experience, and affirm your ability to shape your own future. Every moment you spend waiting is a moment lost, but every action you take is a step toward the life you want to create. Taking personal responsibility is one of the most empowering steps an individual can take toward achieving success and fulfillment. At its core, personal responsibility means accepting that you are the primary agent in your life and that your decisions, actions, and attitudes shape your outcomes. It involves owning your mistakes as much as your successes and recognizing that blaming external circumstances or other people does little to change your reality. Instead, when you take responsibility, you reclaim the power to influence your future and make meaningful progress toward your goals. One of the first aspects of personal responsibility is understanding the importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness allows you to reflect honestly on your behaviors, choices, and habits. It's easy to point fingers at others or external events when things go wrong, but taking a closer look at your own contributions to the situation is often more productive. For example, if you consistently miss deadlines, it may feel natural to blame demanding workloads or distractions. However, taking responsibility might involve acknowledging that procrastination or poor time management played a role. By identifying these factors, you position yourself to take corrective action, such as prioritizing tasks more effectively or setting realistic schedules. Self-awareness is not about self-criticism, but about gaining insight into the areas where you can improve and grow. Personal responsibility also requires shifting your mindset from a victim mentality to an empowered perspective. A victim mentality focuses on what's unfair, unjust, or beyond your control. While it's true that life presents challenges and obstacles, dwelling on these difficulties can leave you feeling powerless and stuck. An empowered mindset, on the other hand, emphasizes what you can do to respond to challenges. It involves asking questions like, what can I learn from this? Or how can I make the best of this situation? For instance, if you lose a job, you could choose to dwell on the unfairness of the situation or focus on updating your resume, improving your skills, and seeking new opportunities. This shift in perspective allows you to see obstacles as temporary and surmountable rather than as permanent roadblocks. Another essential aspect of taking responsibility is acknowledging and learning from mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's a natural part of life and growth. However, what sets successful people apart is their willingness to own up to their errors and use them as opportunities for improvement. When you take responsibility for a mistake, you demonstrate integrity and a commitment to learning. For example, if a project fails due to oversight, admitting your role in the outcome and analyzing what went wrong helps you avoid repeating the same error. This proactive approach not only enhances your personal development, but also builds trust and respect among colleagues, friends, and family. Taking responsibility also involves setting clear goals and creating actionable plans to achieve them. It's not enough to dream about success or wish for change. You must take deliberate steps toward making those aspirations a reality. For instance, if you want to improve your physical fitness, you must go beyond vague intentions like I want to get healthier. Instead, you can set specific goals such as exercising for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Responsibility means holding yourself accountable to these commitments and recognizing that your efforts will determine your results. This approach fosters a sense of ownership and pride in your achievements, as you know they are the direct result of your hard work and dedication. Moreover, taking personal responsibility extends to how you handle relationships and interactions with others. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others for conflicts or misunderstandings, but taking responsibility means being willing to examine your own behavior and its impact on others. For example, if a disagreement arises, instead of insisting solely on your perspective, you might ask yourself, how did my actions or words contribute to this situation? This level of accountability can help resolve conflicts more effectively and strengthen relationships by fostering open communication and mutual respect. In addition to relationships, responsibility involves managing your emotions and reactions. Life is full of triggers and stressors, but how you respond to them is ultimately within your control. Blaming external factors for your emotional state, whether it's a traffic jam, a critical comment, or an unexpected setback, can leave you feeling helpless. Taking responsibility for your emotions means recognizing that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. Practicing techniques like mindfulness, deep breathing, or reframing negative thoughts can help you regulate your emotions and maintain a sense of balance, even in challenging situations. Another significant aspect of responsibility is financial accountability. Managing your finances wisely requires taking ownership of your spending habits, savings, and investments. It means creating and sticking to a budget, planning for the future, and avoiding the temptation to blame financial struggles solely on external factors like the economy. For instance, if you're in debt, acknowledging the role of your spending decisions or lack of financial planning can empower you to make changes such as cutting unnecessary expenses or seeking financial advice. Taking responsibility for your finances not only improves your financial health, but also reduces stress and enhances your overall sense of control and stability. Finally, personal responsibility involves a commitment to continuous learning and growth. The world is constantly changing, and staying stagnant means falling behind. Taking responsibility for your personal and professional development means seeking opportunities to learn new skills, gain knowledge, and adapt to evolving circumstances. For example, if your industry is shifting toward digital tools, taking responsibility might involve enrolling in a course to improve your proficiency with those tools. This proactive approach ensures that you remain competitive and resilient in the face of change. In conclusion, taking personal responsibility is a transformative practice that touches every aspect of your life. It empowers you to move beyond blame and excuses, enabling you to take charge of your outcomes and build the life you desire. Whether it's through self-awareness, goal setting, emotional regulation, or continuous learning, embracing responsibility allows you to grow, adapt, and thrive in any situation. Embracing discipline is a cornerstone of long-term success, and its impact extends beyond momentary achievements. Discipline is the ability to stay committed to your goals and values, even when the initial motivation fades or when obstacles arise. It's not just about rigidly following rules, it's about creating habits and routines that align with your aspirations and ensure steady progress. Discipline transforms lofty ambitions into achievable outcomes by providing the structure and consistency necessary for growth. At its core, discipline requires setting clear and meaningful priorities. When you are disciplined, you identify what truly matters in your life and allocate your time and energy accordingly. This often involves making sacrifices, such as choosing to work on a project instead of indulging in distractions or spending time practicing a skill rather than seeking instant gratification. For example, a student preparing for exams might forgo social activities to focus on studying, recognizing that short-term sacrifices pave the way for long-term benefits. By aligning daily actions with long-term goals, discipline ensures that you remain on course even when the path is challenging or unappealing. One of the key aspects of discipline is creating and adhering to routines. Routines provide a framework for your day, reducing the mental energy required to make decisions and allowing you to focus on executing tasks effectively. For instance, establishing a morning routine that includes exercise, meditation, and planning your day sets a positive tone and prepares you to tackle challenges with clarity and focus. Discipline in maintaining routines ensures that you don't rely solely on fleeting motivation to get things done. Even on days when you don't feel particularly inspired, your routine propels you forward, keeping you productive and aligned with your goals. Discipline also requires a strong sense of accountability. When you are disciplined, you take responsibility for your actions and their consequences, both positive and negative. This accountability fosters a sense of integrity and commitment to yourself and others. For example, if you set a goal to complete a project by a specific deadline, discipline ensures that you honor that commitment by staying on track and avoiding procrastination. It also means being honest with yourself about areas where you may have fallen short and taking corrective action rather than making excuses. Accountability is a powerful motivator as it reinforces the value of your word and builds self-trust over time. Another critical element of discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In today's fast-paced world, where instant rewards are often just a click away, the ability to resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term gains is a rare but invaluable skill. Delaying gratification requires focusing on your ultimate goals and recognizing that enduring temporary discomfort or inconvenience is often necessary for success. For instance, an entrepreneur building a business might choose to reinvest profits rather than spending them on luxuries, understanding that this decision will yield greater rewards in the future. Discipline in delaying gratification ensures that you don't succumb to distractions or lose sight of what truly matters. Discipline also involves resilience and adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and setbacks are inevitable. However, a disciplined individual doesn't allow these obstacles to derail their progress. Instead, they view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, adjusting their approach while maintaining their commitment to their goals. For example, if an athlete encounters an injury, their discipline might manifest as a commitment to rehabilitation and finding alternative ways to stay active rather than abandoning their training altogether. This resilience ensures that discipline is not rigid or inflexible, but dynamic and responsive to changing circumstances. Additionally, discipline plays a crucial role in managing time effectively. Time is a finite resource, and how you choose to use it determines your success and fulfillment. A disciplined approach to time management involves setting priorities, avoiding procrastination, and eliminating distractions. For example, using tools like calendars, to-do lists, and time blocking techniques can help you stay organized and focused. Discipline in time management ensures that you make the most of each day, avoiding the regret of wasted opportunities and ensuring steady progress toward your goals. Another important aspect of discipline is cultivating self-control. Self-control is the ability to regulate your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in pursuit of your goals. It involves resisting impulsive actions and staying focused on your intentions, even in the face of temptations or pressures. For instance, someone trying to adopt a healthier lifestyle might exercise self-control by choosing nutritious meals over fast food or resisting the urge to skip workouts. Discipline strengthens self-control over time, making it easier to stay consistent and make decisions that align with your values. Maintaining consistency in your efforts is essential to achieving meaningful and lasting success. While bursts of motivation can spark progress, it's consistency that ensures you stay on the path to your goals over time. Consistency is the repeated commitment to showing up and doing the work, even when the excitement fades, challenges arise, or progress feels slow. It's about establishing a rhythm in your life that builds momentum and fosters growth, regardless of the circumstances. One of the foundational aspects of consistency is developing a clear sense of purpose. When you know why you are pursuing a goal, it becomes easier to stay committed to it. Purpose acts as a compass, guiding your actions and decisions, even when the journey becomes difficult. For example, an individual striving to build a business may encounter setbacks like financial difficulties or competition. However, their unwavering belief in the value of their product or service can keep them moving forward. Purpose provides clarity and motivation, ensuring that you remain consistent in your efforts regardless of external challenges. Habits are a critical component of consistency. Consistency is not about extraordinary effort, it's about small, deliberate actions taken regularly. Establishing habits allows you to create routines that make consistency automatic rather than relying solely on willpower. For instance, if your goal is to improve your physical fitness, committing to a daily workout routine, whether it's 20 minutes of exercise or a long gym session, ensures that progress is steady. Habits remove the need to constantly make decisions about whether to act, freeing mental energy for other tasks and reducing the likelihood of procrastination. By embedding positive behaviors into your daily life, consistency becomes a natural part of who you are. Consistency also involves managing expectations and embracing the concept of incremental progress. Achieving significant goals often requires sustained effort over a long period. It's important to recognize that progress may not always be immediately visible or dramatic. For example, someone learning a new skill such as playing an instrument might struggle with basic techniques for months before experiencing noticeable improvement. However, by practicing consistently and celebrating small victories along the way, they build the foundation for eventual mastery. Embracing the slow but steady nature of growth ensures that you remain patient and persistent even when results seem distant. Another crucial element of consistency is overcoming the obstacles and distractions that threaten to derail your efforts. Life is full of competing priorities, unexpected challenges, and moments of doubt. Consistency requires the ability to stay focused on your goals despite these distractions. For instance, a student preparing for exams might face the temptation of social media or invitations to social events. Maintaining consistency involves setting boundaries such as designated study times or technology-free zones to protect your focus and productivity. By proactively addressing potential obstacles, you create an environment that supports consistent effort. Consistency also demands resilience in the face of setbacks. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any journey, and they can be discouraging. However, the ability to recover and continue moving forward is a hallmark of consistency. For example, an athlete recovering from an injury might feel frustrated by the temporary loss of progress. However, their commitment to rehabilitation and gradual re-entry into training demonstrates resilience. Consistency is not about avoiding failure, but about maintaining your commitment to the process despite it. Each setback becomes an opportunity to learn, adapt, and reaffirm your dedication to your goals. Accountability is another key factor that supports consistency. When you hold yourself accountable for your actions and commitments, you are more likely to stay on track. Accountability can take many forms, from self-monitoring through journals or progress trackers to involving others, such as mentors, coaches, or accountability partners. For instance, a writer working on a book might set deadlines for chapters and share them with a trusted friend or colleague. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitments creates a sense of responsibility and motivation to follow through. Accountability reinforces the importance of consistency by ensuring that your actions align with your stated intentions. Consistency also thrives on adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and rigid adherence to a plan may not always be feasible. True consistency involves the ability to adjust your approach while staying true to your goals. For example, a person aiming to maintain a healthy lifestyle might face changes in their work schedule that disrupt their usual exercise routine. Rather than abandoning their fitness goals, they might explore alternative workout times or activities. Adaptability ensures that consistency remains achievable. Even in the face of changing circumstances, it demonstrates a commitment to the essence of your goals rather than the specific methods used to achieve them. Furthermore, consistency builds momentum over time. Each small action you take contributes to a larger sense of progress, creating a positive feedback loop. For example, an entrepreneur making consistent efforts to network, market their business, and improve their offerings might initially see modest results. However, as these efforts compound, they create opportunities, build credibility, and attract customers. Momentum makes it easier to sustain consistency because the rewards of your efforts become increasingly visible and motivating. Consistency is like rolling a snowball down a hill. What starts small eventually grows into something powerful and unstoppable. Consistency also fosters a sense of identity. When you consistently act in alignment with your goals and values, those behaviors become part of who you are. For instance, someone who consistently practices kindness and generosity may come to see themselves as a compassionate person. This sense of identity reinforces the behavior, making it easier to maintain over time. By cultivating an identity that aligns with your aspirations, consistency becomes a reflection of your character rather than just a series of actions. In conclusion, consistency is a powerful force that drives success and fulfillment. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals, even when the path is challenging or the results are slow to appear. By embracing habits, managing distractions, building resilience, and maintaining accountability, you can cultivate consistency as a cornerstone of your journey. Over time, consistency transforms effort into excellence and dreams into reality, proving that small, steady actions truly have the power to create extraordinary outcomes. Trusting the process and relinquishing control is an essential mindset for achieving long-term success and fulfillment. It requires an understanding that while you can plan and act with intention, some aspects of life are beyond your direct influence. But this shift in perspective allows you to focus on what you can control, your effort, mindset, and actions, while letting go of the anxiety and frustration that come from trying to dictate every outcome. At the core of trusting the process is the acknowledgement that growth and progress take time. Just as seeds planted in fertile soil need patience, nurturing, and care to bloom, personal and professional development requires consistent effort and belief in the journey. For instance, an aspiring entrepreneur may face months, even years, of challenges and limited success before their business thrives. Trusting the process means continuing to take deliberate steps even when immediate results are not apparent. It is about having faith that consistent effort, combined with learning and adapting, will yield the desired outcomes. One significant aspect of trusting the process is releasing the need for perfection. Many individuals are paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes or not achieving flawless results. However, growth rarely follows a straight or perfect path. It is messy, iterative, and often involves setbacks. By embracing imperfection, you open yourself to the valuable lessons that come from failure and experimentation. For example, a writer attempting to complete their first novel may struggle with drafts that feel incomplete or flawed. Trusting the process allows them to view these drafts as steps toward refinement rather than final judgments of their ability. This mindset fosters resilience and a willingness to keep moving forward despite perceived imperfections. Letting go of control also involves cultivating flexibility and adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and rigidly clinging to a specific plan can lead to frustration when unexpected changes occur. Trusting the process means being open to recalibrating your approach while staying focused on your overarching goals. For example, a student preparing for a competitive exam might face unforeseen circumstances, such as a change in the exam format or personal challenges that disrupt their study routine. Instead of feeling defeated, they can adapt by finding new resources or altering their study schedule to accommodate the changes. Flexibility ensures that progress continues even when the original plan no longer fits the situation. An important element of trusting the process is learning to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not. Many people expend significant energy worrying about outcomes they cannot influence, such as others' opinions or external circumstances. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, attitude, and effort, you can channel your energy into productive endeavors. For example, an athlete preparing for a competition may not be able to control the performance of their opponents or the weather conditions on the day of the event. However, they can control their training, mental preparation, and attitude. By focusing on these controllable factors, they maximize their chances of success while minimizing unnecessary stress. Trusting the process also requires patience and a long-term perspective. In a world driven by instant gratification, it can be challenging to remain committed to goals that do not yield immediate rewards. However, true success often involves delayed gratification. For instance, someone saving for a significant financial goal, such as purchasing a home or funding higher education, may need years of disciplined budgeting and sacrifice. Trusting the process means understanding that small, consistent contributions will accumulate over time, leading to the desired result. Patience allows you to appreciate the journey and recognize progress even when the destination feels distant. Another critical aspect of trusting the process is developing self-compassion. The journey toward any meaningful goal is rarely without setbacks, and self-criticism can erode motivation and confidence. Trusting the process involves treating yourself with kindness and understanding even when things do not go as planned. For example, a parent striving to balance career and family responsibilities may occasionally fall short in one area. Instead of dwelling on perceived failures, they can acknowledge their efforts and resolve to continue striving for balance. Self-compassion fosters resilience and a sense of worth, which are essential for sustaining long-term commitment to the process. Letting go of control does not mean abandoning responsibility or effort. Rather, it means recognizing that some outcomes are not entirely in your hands. This perspective can bring a sense of peace and freedom, reducing the anxiety that often accompanies the need to control every detail. For example, a job seeker might prepare diligently for interviews, crafting their resume and practicing responses to potential questions. However, they must also accept that factors such as the hiring manager's preferences or company circumstances are beyond their control. Trusting the process allows them to focus on their preparation while releasing undue worry about the final decision.